that just seemed wild to me. It's like, holy shit, you're just gonna like name drop. Okay, but I guess hey, congratulations, man, you made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the whole thing with you were saying with like because what October 7th was two years ago now, and some of these arguments that they throw at you as far as being like, well, you don't understand, and you're an anti-Semite if you don't think Israel doesn't have the right to defend themselves, and blah 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 blah. Like there was a time when now it could have been, it was a really effective sort of like cudgel,
Hmm.
but dude, 2 years hence, and you're watching a genocide happen. It's like that's they're bombing schools, bombing hospitals, they're killing like stupid amounts of civilians. They're
Yeah.
supposedly dropping off aid, but like when people go and get the food off the aid trucks, they're like gunning down people just trying to get food,
Yeah.
and it's just like at what point do you realize if you're Van Jones, if you have the ability to, that like you can't use these terms like anti-Semite when in regards to why a person doesn't like what Israel's doing. Like all the evidence is out there. It's not like we're back in 19 or 2001 or whatever after 9/11, and you can just drum up fear of the other. Speaking of Zoran, anti Islamic or anti Muslim bigotry is like
Hysteria.
still
Yeah.
there apparently, and it's fine. That's okay to do. Um,
Mm.
but even back in 2001 after 9/11, we were all like bloodthirsty as far as like getting back after like the Middle East. We're in turn of the glass over there, drop nukes. Like at least we didn't have the ability to look online and see like, oh wait a second, they don't like us because we've been fucking with their country for the last you know I don't know 50 plus years,
Yeah.
and there's been terrorist cells building because of what we've done to them.
Right.
Here we're watching it happen in real time, and they're still trying to be like, no, if you think that you know Israel killing kids is bad, that's just because you got some deep seated like bigotry. It's like, dude, fuck off. That's not going to work. It's done. You're done with that. And I think
Yeah.
there's something that uh, Israel and Zionist supporters don't understand. I'm pretty sure Israel's like cooked itself. They just don't know because like the above Gen X, I think is part of the cutoff. Everyone everyone older than that is still kind of like, oh yeah, Israel's our ally, blah blah blah. It
Yeah.
is what it is. Everyone younger than that is like, no, we're done with Israel. Like, so as soon as
Yeah.
this generation gets some power, like it's over. It's over for them.
Well, it's yeah, and it's just it's again becoming this unifying thing for the right and the left to just be like why are we doing the bidding of this foreign government, and we have all of these problems at home, and everything becomes like we're getting into these wars, and it's just like it makes no fucking sense to anyone at this point, and the justifications do not add up, like, and again, it's like nobody's condoning October 7th. That was an atrocity, obviously, but it's like even what like Bill Burr was saying, it's like you know you don't blow up schools and kill children to get like your retribution for this. Like they're holding a hostage in this whole human shield argument. And it's like it was like, what's he saying? Well, you work around that.
Yeah,
You're acting like that's the only solution. Well, I guess you have to just shoot through these kids to get to the bad guys, and then you're
right.
drugging their flower. There's been reports of that too. Like everything about what you're doing is despicable, and it's not justifiable in any by any metric. And to pretend like you're the good guy, and then it's so crazy that we live in a world where they literally made a Superman movie, and the bad guys are literally like Israel. Like
Wait, have you
they're
seen that
like,
movie?
I haven't seen it, but that's the
I
whole
saw
thing.
it.
It's just you have, or yeah, I'm curious now though. I kind of want to see it, but it's a funny thing that you as a country and as a people have to, this bastion, this symbol of good that's kind of like always been in this like cultural zeitgeist, at least within the U.S. and even like worldwide. And you're like, it used to always just be like China, Russia,
Yeah,
Middle East, whatever, but it's like, oh, they're saying it's you guys, and it's like,
yeah,
how are you gonna like justify that? Because everyone wants to still perceive themselves as the good guy, and these people obviously like on some level you have to morally grapple with it, and they try to say like it's all justified, and it's like, yeah, but like how much evidence do you need to be able to look yourself in the mirror and see that your behavior is abhorrent? Because that was the thing. It was like that whole argument. I was like, look in the mirror. Stop pointing at everyone else. Like you need to look in the mirror. Like you need to deal with like this reflection of yourself that the world is seeing. Like and you're just simply not. You know.
Yeah. Okay, so Superman. All right, so I went and saw the movie, and right off the bat, when I noticed, because like you're right, back in the day, there if there was a foreign enemy, it was either very clearly Russia
Mm-hmm.
or very clearly some amorphous Middle Eastern entity. But they were always of the dark skinned side. So it was like,
Mm-hmm.
someone that's Iraqi, Afghanistan, Afghani, like any of those types. Never the light skinned side. But yeah, so you get into the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not like a major part. It's not like a major part of the plot, but it's kind of like a. I mean, honestly, it's almost no. I mean, it's necessary, but it's almost like shoehorned in. I thought. Anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
there's these two countries that fighting against each other. One is obviously Palestine or a Palestinian type because it's like they're
Mm-hmm.
poor. They don't have any weapons. Like any kind of anything. They're just like farmers basically gathering to protect their country. Whereas the other
Yeah.
side, it's lighter skinned. They've got the ear. They got the media, and they have the weapons and tech like that. And Superman is they're counting on Superman to help them, uh, which you know they do end up getting help, yes. But at the moment, I'm just like, dude, this is fucking Israel. Like they almost like
Mm-hmm.
they have a made up name, a made up language, I guess.
Right.
Um, but it's very clearly the dynamics between Israel and
Right.
Palestine. So I was like, holy shit! Like I tried to shut off my political brain, but I couldn't like miss this. Like this is you. This is you. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, all that to say this, Spider or Superman was okay. I usually hate the Superman like franchise, but this was a decent movie. You should probably give it a look if you're into that stuff. But
Yeah,
I
I
do
mean,
love it.
same. I'm usually like, I'm like, oh, Superman, who cares? But then, like, the fact that it caused so much sort of controversy, and for
Yeah.
Ben Shabibo to have to go and do all of his mental gymnastics just to like make it make sense for him and fit into his worldview is just like hilarious.
Well, yeah, it's funny because like, what was his response? Like, well, we don't know if it's like, what's the history behind these two made up countries? Like, is one side the terrorists, and one side is like, because one
Yeah,
side is
yeah,
obviously the well, it's funny because like one country is obviously an ally of America, but like